So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Kreatryx channel. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared engineering services examination 2 times from electronics and telecommunication branch, both times in double digit rank. In 2014 my rank was 98 and in 2015 my rank was 25th. I have served as a Group A Gastro Officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. So most of you must have been following me on the Kreatryx channel for electromagnetic field theory. So if you are a seeker of a free education, this is the channel for you, and you must understand that all these free initiatives is coming your way because of the Unacademy. So Unacademy is the revolution in the field of the free education and the affordable education. So how can you access those free courses? So if you want to access the free courses, you must immediately subscribe this channel, Kreatryx channel, because all the top educators of the country is providing the free course on this channel. And that free course is absolutely brilliant in content, that is systematic, that is organized, and that is complete. So complete playlist you will be getting of a particular subject. You can develop the concept, you can gain confidence. More than that, you can love the subject. So immediately subscribe this channel. Secondly, if you want to access more free content, then you must immediately download the Unacademy Learners app, because on the Unacademy Learners app, top educators of the country are conducting the free special classes. In that free special classes, you can get topic wise clarity of a particular concept. And do not forget to follow me on the Unacademy learning app, so you can also access the courses. So you must have two things. First is your YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, Kreatryx YouTube channel, must be subscribed. Secondly, you must understand that you should have the Unacademy learning app. That is must for you in order to crack the examination. So these are the parts of the free education. And if you want to organize your content well, if you want more comprehensive manner, if you want other advantages of the Unacademy, then what are the other initiatives that is running by the Unacademy? So another initiative that is running by the Unacademy is Unacademy Plus. So on the Unacademy Plus, this is very affordable for those who actually want to take their preparation to the next level. So आपको Unacademy Plus में क्या क्या मिलेगा? You will be getting the live classes on a fixed time, so that you can get more disciplined, you can get more organized, and you have something in your mind that at this particular time my classes are going to run. Apart from that, you will get free test series designed by the educator itself. So gone those times when we have lot of errors in the test series, we do not have the discussions of the test series. So there the test series will be conducted by the educators. They themselves will be discussing the solutions of that particular thing. So you can imagine that your preparation is going to the next level for this. Apart from that, those who have prepared themselves for the examination, so for them there are crash courses also available. Again the crash courses will going to help you in achieve good ranks. Those who have already achieved good ranks and want to improve their rank, for them there are rank improvement batches. More than that, you can also see that there are unlimited practice sessions. So what do you understand by unlimited practice session? Which means there will be various doubt solving sessions. Apart from the doubt solving sessions, there are weekly quizzes, and with the help of those weekly quizzes you can enhance your problem solving skills. So lot of unlimited doubt solving sessions, lot of quiz sessions, systematic content, structured content. You can download the PDF after the lectures, so you don't have to waste your time in order to making notes. You can utilize those times to practice the particular concepts, or you can use those times to just write down the formulas so that you can remember those formulas quickly. Apart from this plus subscription, there is also one subscription which is known as Iconic. So Iconic subscriptions are for them who actually do not have the self motivation but having the talent. So if they are having the talent and you do not have the self motivation, that how can I push myself to crack the examination, so in this Iconic subscription you will be assigned a personal coach. So this personal coach is going to be with you every time, and he will help you to achieve your dreams. You will get a study planner which will be customized for you. You will get the expert guidelines who have already topped the examination. They will be basically hand holding you to crack the examination. So if you think you are not self motivated, if you think you do not have the proper background to crack any particular competitive examination, so this Iconic subscription is must for you. This is going to help you. So if you want the free education, then YouTube channel and the special classes are must for you. And if you can afford a little bit, how much you should afford, that we'll discuss in a while. But if you can afford a little bit, you should come on to this Unacademy Plus. And more than that, if you want the expedited process in your preparation, आप जल्दी से एग्जाम निकालना चाहते हैं, जल्दी से अपनी गलतियां सुधारना चाहते हैं, so this Iconic subscription is for you. Then now let us start today's lecture, which is on the communication system. So now let us start the lecture. So the next modulator which is used for AM modulation is switching modulator. So first of all, let us see the block diagram of switching modulator. In switching modulator also, first of all, we apply the message signal. Then message signal is added with carrier signal, which is generated by a local oscillator. Now, this combination X of t is passed through a switching device. This is switching device. After the switching device, we use a block which is a band pass filter. So output of the switching device is considered as Yt and output of the band pass filter is considered as Z of t. Here, the characteristic of band pass filter is that it is centered around omega c and it has bandwidth of 2 omega m. So the characteristic will look like something this. So this is H omega versus omega. The band pass filter is centered around omega c and it has bandwidth of 2 omega m. So this frequency will be omega c plus omega m and this frequency will be omega c minus omega m. Similarly, filter is a real system, so its transfer function will have even nature. So that is why I am saying that negative frequencies will also exist. This value will be 1. So this is the characteristics of the band pass filter. Now, the same diagram sometimes can be also denoted as this. So this is our message signal, this is carrier signal, this is the diode, and in this case diode is used as a switching device. After that we are using a band pass filter. So this input I am denoting as X of t, this is Y of t, and this will be Z of t. Now the band pass filter has same characteristic. It is centered around omega c and it has bandwidth equal to 2 omega m. So now in square law modulator, the diode was used as square law device and in switching modulator the diode is used as switching device. Now let us understand basics of diode as a switch. So this is our PN junction. In this we will discuss two cases. Case 1, when diode is forward bias. Whenever diode is forward bias, which means the potential at P terminal is greater than potential at N terminal and the diode can be replaced by a closed switch. So this is P, this is N, and the same diode is replaced by a closed switch. In second case, when diode is reverse bias, in that case
the potential of P junction is less than potential of N junction, and the diode acts as open circuit. So this is our closed switch, and this is open switch. Or we can say that diode is acting as a switch. So we basically have to use this property. So now here the input of the diode is X of t and the output of the diode is Y of t. And X of t is mix of two signals, that is message signal plus carrier signal. Now the switching of the diode is based on X of t, and X of t is summation of two signals MT and CT. So now what I'm saying that in case of conventional AM or DSP FC, we generally prefer mu to be less than 1. And what is mu? Mu is nothing but mod of MT max by AC, or I can say that AC is very much greater than mod of MT max. So the switching of the diode can be controlled by X of t, which will be roughly equal to C of t, because the magnitude of CT is very much greater than magnitude of MT max. So for switching purpose, I can assume that X of t will be roughly CT, or switching of the diode can be controlled by carrier signal only. So this is the assumption which I am taking when our DSP FC is under modulated. So now let us discuss two different cases. In case 1, the input is X of t and X of t is combination of CT plus MT, and this is output YT. Now in first case, if C of t is greater than 0, I can say that this diode is forward bias, and if diode is forward bias, we can replace it by a closed switch. This is XT, this is YT, and in this case I can write YT will directly be equal to X of t. In second case, this is X of t, this is Y of t, and this is CT plus MT. In this case I am saying that C of t is less than 0. Since the switching of the diode is controlled only by CT, because the magnitude of CT is greater than magnitude of MT, so whenever CT is less than 0, the diode will be reverse bias, and if the diode is reverse bias, the diode will act as an open switch and YT will be 0. So from these two different cases, I can make the definition of YT, that YT is equal to X of t whenever C of t is greater than 0, and YT is equal to 0 whenever C of t is less than 0. So let me write it again. YT equal to X of t when C of t is greater than 0, and 0 when C of t is less than 0. So I can take this X of t as common, and inside the bracket I can write 1 when C of t greater than 0, 0 when C of t less than 0. So basically I have taken this X of t as common, and if I will multiply this X of t, then I can obtain the same expression as written above. So now let me redefine my YT. So yt can be written as x of t multiplied by some g of t. So our next purpose is that we need to draw the graph of GPT. So first of all, let me define our C of t. So C of t is always sinusoidal, it is cos omega ct. It is a periodic signal, so its fundamental time period will be 2 pi by omega c, or it can be written as 2 pi by 2 pi fc or 1 by fc. So C of t will be a periodic signal and which is having fundamental time period. So this is C of t versus t. Now let me draw GP of t. So according to the definition, whenever C of t is greater than 0, GP of t will be 1, and whenever C of t is less than 0, GPT will be 0. So in this section, C of t is greater than 0. So in this section, GPT will be 1. In this section, C of t is completely negative, so the output will be 0. Again in this section, the C of t is positive, so output will be 1, and this will be 0. So we have obtained the graph of GPT, and this graph represents a periodic pulse train. Now let me decide the time period. So the time period of this sinusoidal wave was 1 by fc. So obviously the time period of this periodic pulse train will also be 1 by fc. So GPT is a periodic pulse train of fundamental time period T naught equal to 1 by fc. So now I want to calculate the Fourier series representation of GPT. We know that Fourier series representation will be a naught plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinite an cos n omega naught t plus bn sin n omega naught t, and here omega naught will be 2 pi by t naught, and it will be 2 pi fc, and it will be equal to omega c. The formula for a naught will be 1 by t naught xt dt. This represents area of xt in one time period upon time period. An will be 2 by t naught xt cos n omega naught t dt. This represents the integration of xt cos n omega naught t in one time period, and it will be multiplied by 2 by t naught. Similarly, Bn represents 2 by t naught integration in one time period xt sin n omega naught t dt. Since our signal GP of t is periodic pulse train and it is also an even signal. So for even signals, Bn will always be equal to 0. So we need to calculate these two expressions. So let me draw the signal again. This is the GP of T signal. This will be minus T naught by 4 to T naught by 4, and this is T naught, so this will become 3 T naught by 4. So from here to here I am considering one time period T naught, and it is equal to 1 by Fc. This value is 1, this value is 0. So first of all, calculation of A naught. Calculation of A naught represents 1 by T naught into area in one time period. So area in one time period becomes area of this square wave, or the area can be written as 1 into T naught by 2, or the value of A naught comes out to be 1 by 2. Now let us calculate the value of An. So An becomes 2 by T naught minus T naught by 2 to T naught by 2 xt cos n omega naught t. So from here you can see that this will represent minus T naught by 2 line, and somewhere here we can represent T naught by 2 line. So this integration modifies, because from minus T naught by 2 minus T naught by 4 GP of T is 0. It is non-zero only between minus T naught by 4 to plus T naught by 4, and it is again 0 from T naught by 4 to some T naught by 2 expression. So it will become minus T naught by 4 to T naught by 4. Value of xt will be 1, and it will be cos n omega naught t dt. So the An will become 2 by T naught. The integration of cos becomes sin n omega naught t upon n omega naught, and the integration will be from minus T naught by 4 to plus T naught by 4. So it becomes 2 divided by n omega naught T naught. The integration becomes sin n omega naught T naught by 4 minus sine of minus n omega naught T naught by 4. So it becomes 4 upon n omega naught T naught sine n omega naught T naught by 4. So An can be written as 4 upon n omega naught T naught sine n omega naught T naught by 4. Now we know that omega naught equal to 2 pi by T naught, or omega naught T naught can be written as 2 pi. So it can be written as 4 upon n into 2 pi sine n by 4 into 2 pi. So An comes out to be 2 upon n pi sine n pi by 2. Or you can notice here, if I put n some even values, or n is equal to 2k, in that case this a of n becomes 2 upon 2k pi into sine 2k pi upon 2, or it becomes 1 upon k pi sine k pi, and we know that sine k pi is always equal to 0. Now if I put some odd values of n, some 2k plus 1, in that case An will be not equal to 0, or An will assume values of either plus 1 or minus 1. So this An will be 0 when n is even, and this An will not equal to 0 when n is odd. So now let me write signal GP of t. So GP of t will be A naught plus n equal to 1 to infinite an cos n omega naught t, and value of Bn is 0 because GPT is an even signal. So that is why I am not writing the Bn expression. The value of A naught by 2 was 1 by 2 plus sigma n is equal to 1 to infinite. The value of An was 2 upon n pi sin n pi by 2. Now cos n omega naught t. Now I am replacing omega naught with omega c because both are same. I have already stated here that omega naught is equal to omega c. So GP of t becomes 1 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinite 2 upon n pi sin n pi by 2 cos n omega c. Now let me expand this. So it will become 1 upon 2 pi plus 2 upon pi. When we will put here 1, so it becomes sin pi by 2 cos omega ct plus 2 upon 2 pi sin pi cos 2 omega ct plus 2 upon 3 pi sin 3 pi by 2 cos 3 omega ct and so on. So this value of sin pi becomes 0 and GP of t becomes 2 upon pi cos omega ct minus 2 upon 3 pi cos 3 omega ct and so on. So this is the mathematical expression of the signal GP of t. Now our signal y of t was x of t multiplied with GP of t, and x of t was combination of message signal plus carrier signal. So I'm writing it as mt plus AC cos omega ct. GPT we have just written as 1 upon 2 pi plus 2 upon pi cos omega ct minus 2 upon 3 pi cos 3 omega ct and so on. So let me cross multiply this. It becomes mt by 2 plus 2 upon pi mt cos omega ct minus 2 upon 3 pi mt cos 3 omega ct and up to infinite plus second expression that we got 1 by 2 AC cos omega ct plus 2 upon pi AC cos square omega ct minus 2 upon 3 pi AC cos omega ct into cos 3 omega ct and up to infinite. So let me rearrange these expressions. So yt becomes mt by 2 plus 2 upon pi mt cos omega ct minus 2 upon 3 pi mt cos 3 omega ct plus 1 by 2 AC cos omega ct plus AC by pi plus AC by pi cos 2 omega ct minus, here also I am writing 2 cos A cos B, so it will become AC upon 3 pi cos 4 omega ct minus AC upon 3 pi cos 2 omega ct. So I have used here 2 cos A cos B means cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Similarly here also cos square theta I have written as 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. So I have written cos square omega ct as 1 plus cos 2 omega Ct by 2 and 2 cos A cos B as cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. So these two expressions I have used, and plus up to infinite. So yt looks like mt by 2 plus two upon pi mt cos omega Ct plus 2 upon 3 pi mt cos 3 omega Ct plus AC by pi plus 1 by 2 AC cos omega Ct plus AC by pi cos 2 omega Ct minus AC upon 3 pi cos 4 omega Ct minus AC upon 3 pi cos 2 omega Ct and so on. So now this is the first term, this is second term, this is the third term, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So I'm drawing spectrum of each signal differently. First signal, which is mt by 2, will have some spectrum of mt, which is a spectrum of baseband signal. So it will have frequencies from minus omega m to omega m. Secondly, mt cos omega Ct 2 upon pi. So here we will use the modulation theorem. It will shift the spectrum of m omega to a frequency omega c and minus omega c. And this frequency will be omega c plus omega m. This will be omega c minus omega m. Similarly, third term, minus 2 upon 3 pi mt cos 3 omega Ct will have spectrum in which spectrum of mt is shifted to 3 omega c. So we will shift the spectrum of mt to 3 omega c, and the spectrum will look like something this. This is 3 omega c, and somewhere here it will be minus 3 omega c. Since minus sign is used here, that is why I am showing the peak values as negative. Similarly, the fourth term, which is a DC term, and the value of this DC term is AC upon pi, and it will have spectrum at 0 frequency only. We know that Fourier transform of 1 is 2 pi del omega. So the Fourier transform of AC upon pi will become 2 pi AC by pi del omega, and basically we will represent an impulse at the origin. Fifth term represents 1 by 2 AC cos omega Ct. So whenever any cosinusoidal signal is present, we will draw two impulses, one at omega c, another one is minus omega c. Sixth term is AC cos 2 omega Ct so it is also a sinusoidal signal, and it has frequency of 2 omega c. So it will have two impulses, one at omega c and another one is minus 2 omega c. Next term, seventh term is AC upon 3 pi cos 4 omega ct. So it will have two impulses, one at 4 omega c, another one at minus 4 omega c, and so on. So now we can decide out of these terms which of these terms will be allowed by this band pass filter. So this is our band pass filter having frequency omega c and frequency minus omega c. This will be omega c plus omega m. This is omega c minus omega m. This will be minus omega c plus omega m, and this frequency will be minus omega c minus omega m, and the peak value will be 1. So from here we can see that first term is not allowed by the band pass filter because it has spectrum from minus omega m to plus omega m. Second term is allowed by the filter because it is centered at omega c and it is having bandwidth of 2 omega m. Third term is also not allowed because it is not centered at omega c, rather it is centered at 3 omega c. So the third term will also be not allowed, and subsequent terms will also be not allowed because it will be mt cos 5 omega ct, mt cos 7 omega ct, and subsequent terms will also be filtered out by the filter. Now come to the fourth term. It is a DC term. Filter is centered at omega c, so it will not be allowed. This will be allowed because it has frequency components exactly at omega c where our band pass filter is centered. And the subsequent terms, this cos 2 omega c, it will have impulses at 2 omega c and minus 2 omega c. It will have impulses at 4 omega c minus 4 omega c. It will have impulses at 2 omega c minus 2 omega c, and the subsequent terms will also be not allowed. So only second and fifth term is passed by the filter. So the output of band pass filter, which is z of t, we can write it as 2 upon pi mt cos omega ct plus AC by 2 cos omega ct. So this was the second term. This was the second term and this was the fifth term. So now let me take this AC and cos omega ct common. So I can write it as 1 plus 4 by pi AC mt cos omega ct. So the output of the switching modulator comes out to be AC by 2 1 plus 4 upon pi AC mt cos omega ct. I can write it as AC dash 1 plus Ka mt cos omega ct, where AC dash is AC by 2, Ka is 4 upon pi AC, and if I need to write mu, I can write Ka mod of mt max. So these three important parameters we need to calculate, and from this expression it is very clear that this is the expression of a double sideband full carrier or a conventional AM. So now here if someone asks me what is the total AM power or what is the RMS value of this signal, so I will write it as AC dash square by 2 1 plus mu square by 2, where AC dash will always be equal to AC by 2. So now let me summarize the square law modulator and switching modulator. So first of all, square law modulator. Now in square law modulator, this was our message signal. Here we added it with AC cos omega ct. This was the square law device, and square law device has the characteristic of A0 xt plus A1 x square t. After that, we had a band pass filter, and the characteristic of band pass filter was it was centered at 2 omega c, and it has the bandwidth of 2 omega m. Sorry, it was centered at omega c. In that case, we got a output ST. So the ST's expression we must remember directly, which is AC dash 1 plus KAMT cos omega c, where AC dash is equal to A naught AC and Ka is equal to twice A1 by A naught. And value of mu is Ka mod of MT max. So this was the summary of square law modulator. Similarly, for switching modulator, we must directly remember this is the message signal. Here the carrier AC cos omega CT is present. Now we do not have square law modulator, rather we have a switching device. So this is the switching device. Again the band pass filter, which is centered around omega c and having bandwidth of 2 omega m. And output we are again getting as S of t. The S of t expression remains same, which is AC dash 1 plus KAMT cos omega CT, and AC dash becomes AC by 2 and Ka becomes here 4 upon pi AC. Again mu becomes Ka mod of MT max. So this was the summary of these two modulators, which is used as AM modulator. Thank you so much.
So if you have liked today's lecture and you want to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, the very first thing that you should understand that you should use this particular code. What is the code? The code is Vishal Gate. Write my name and attach gate to it. So by using this particular code, you will be getting all the advantages of the Unacademy Plus. All the added advantages will be directly assigned to you. Secondly, you will directly come to under my guidance, and that will surely help you to crack the examination in the least possible time, and you will also get the guidance of the complete team. Okay, and the most important thing is that you will immediately get the 10% discount on that. So immediately you are enabled to get 10% discount once you use this coupon code. So for example, if you talk about the plus subscription, which is costing you 25,000 for 1 year, and if you use this coupon code Vishalgate, immediately you are going to get 10% discount, which is 22,500. And if you talk about the iconic, for the iconic subscription of the 12 month, this will cost you around 40,400. So these are the cost of the 12 months. And if you want to talk about the 2-year subscription cost of the plus, it is your 27,000 after discount. If you want more discount than 10%, and you have already attended the special classes, then you will be having some credits in your account. Do not forget to use those credits so that you can get more discount than 10%. Now how can you pay these amounts? So there is one good news for you, that you can pay this amount by using credit cards and debit cards by using the facility of the zero cost EMI. So if you want to pay this particular amount of 22,500 with the help of zero cost EMI, so the zero cost EMI can be availed by using credit cards and debit cards. Remember, you can use the credit card of any company, but the debit card is allowed for HDFC and the Bajaj Finserv. Apart from that, if you want to directly pay this much of amount, you think that this particular amount is the most affordable fees that can be provided to you for 1 year subscription, तो आप directly क्या कर सकते हैं? You can use this credit card, debit card, direct payment. You can also go for the EMI options, okay, and you can directly pay this amount by using net banking. Every time you think of the Unacademy Plus subscription, the first thing that should come in your mind is this particular code. Do not forget to use this code once you take the subscription, because I have already told you that this particular coupon code is going to give you the lot of advantages, so you cannot miss the opportunity to use this code. So every student who want to come on to the Unacademy Plus, they want to take the advantages of the Unacademy Plus, they want to empower themselves in the best possible manner in this digital era, they want to be the part of this revolution, then this is the time for you. You do not have to wait for it. If you are in the first year, if you are in the second year, you are in the third year, the best possible time is right now to prepare for the examination, to dedicate yourself, to give yourself the opportunity so that you can get the success as early as possible. Apart from that, you should also join this GATE aspirant group. So this GATE aspirants group is already having 150k plus students, so you can join it. There are a lot of discussions going on between students. You can get the advantage of those discussions. Okay. You can also join this Kreatryx channel, which is a Telegram channel. So everyone has to join this channel so that you can get all the PDFs of the lecture which is being assigned to you. Fine. There are various channels which you can go for it. So various channels in the association with Kreatryx. So you can follow the channel of your interest. And this is it in today's lecture. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you so much.